Hello folks, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. In today's video, we'll be discussing a current affair topic which is very much important for your GS paper 1, 2 as well. One thing about today's topic is it's not just any current affair topic, but it is the nation's story. It is so much so important that despite these events happening ages ago, still today, this is of very huge relevance. It continues to guide us, guide our youth. So, this is not just your regular current affairs, but rather something that is extremely important for our country. This video is presented to you by your faculty, Sushma KP. Also, I have a bad throat. Please bear with me up until the end. The topic of today is: could Gandhi have done more to save Bhagat Singh? In the course of this video, we will be discussing as to the early life of Bhagat Singh, what were the organizations or what were the revolutionary activities that he did. Then we will be speaking about your Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Same point of time, we will be discussing about your death sentence, which was awarded to Bhagat Singh, and what was the aftermath of it. We will also be seeing what are the commentators, historians, etc. think about these things. All right, let's get the video started. Before we begin, Legacy IAS Academy has started a new prelims specific 2025 oriented monthly current affair compilation. The description box will have the link for this as well as the next thing, that is your Impact 2025, which has complete information provided to you on your mains answer writing. All right, now let's get back to the topic. Usually the beginning of my videos, I will tell it to you like a story. You will listen to it like a story. This story, whatever we are going to discuss, is not just any other story, but the real life story of how one man at the age of 23 years gave up his life, or was taken his life was taken away from him, and yet even up until the last moment, how courageous and how, if you say Bhagat Singh, two words will pop in: courage, dedication, sacrifice. I couldn't stop myself for two words. So that is what we will be seeing today, the story of our legendary hero Bhagat Singh. And one common criticism that is derived from this is Gandhi faced huge criticism because it was said that he could have did something to stop the execution, or at least get the a death sentence commuted to a life imprisonment or anything, but he didn't do enough is what certain people claim. We will see what it is in the end. India celebrates March 23rd as Shahid Divas or Martyrs Day, because on this particular day, our three martyrs, Shivram Rajguru, Bhagat Singh, and Sukhdev Thapar, all became martyrs. Okay, we celebrate on January also for your Gandhi, on March also for these three people. Now, looking into the life story just a little bit, he was born in 1907 into a Sikh family of landlords in Faisalabad. His parents were Kishan Singh and Vidyavati. He was very much well versed in English, Hindu, Urdu, Punjabi, Bengali, Sanskrit, and at the same point of time, if you see, Bhagat Singh was from very early on inspired into nationalism, or he was anti colonialism because of his father and uncle. So much so that one commentator even goes on to tell, Hansraj Rabar, he has written that young Bhagat Singh was able to assimilate nationalist traditions even as he drank his mother's milk. This is not just like, yeah, it's all exaggerations. The meaning behind it is From very early on itself, Bhagat Singh was drawn into nationalism. See, when I'm telling you, he lost his life at 23. The very young age itself, from very young, 7, 8, he was always known for doing anti colonialism or anti British activities. What do I mean by that? We will see in the course of the video. This, in 1926, according to the Criminal Intelligence Department, there was a description of how Bhagat Singh was. It went on to claim Bhagat Singh was medium height, thin oval face, fair complexion, slightly pock-picked, bright nose, bright eyes, small beard, and mustache. This is the description that they have had written about Bhagat Singh. Now, when we start as to what are the organizations he formed or what were the revolutionary activities that he started, first and foremost, leaving all of this, okay, just listen to what I tell. Nationalism was fought on varying levels and varying degrees. When we say nationalism, we will tell yes, there were someone called as moderates, extremists, revolutionaries. One small thing I'd like to remind you is today we are sitting here and we are telling, yeah, that was right. Probably he shouldn't have did that. This person should have did this. It's easy for us to tell. Just for a moment, imagine if you had to give up your life for a future of the nation that many generations later than you will have freedom. Would you do that? Just ask yourself that. But those people did. Those people willingly sacrificed. The word sacrifice has actual meaning with them. They gave up their lives. Majority of the time, if you see Bhagat Singh's short life, 23 years, it was either in hiding or in jail, at the end execution. To do that much amount of self sacrifice, the courage, the determination that they have, the love for the nation that they have, no matter what others can claim or tell, he should have did that, he should have did that. Today, I don't think we are at any point to criticize any of them. Sure, go ahead, critically analyze, but do not criticize any of them because you wouldn't do that for them. That is today, if I tell you give up your life so that 10 centuries later people will be free, do you think I will have did that? By I mean we. Okay, so coming back to the topic, like I said, nationalism was in three fronts. We will divide it: moderates, extremists, revolutionaries. Your moderates were of the belief that we will go with prayer, petitions, we will go take up all constitutional methods. Your extremists were more of the type that rather than thinking, the moderates were of the belief that your British are here to do good, but they don't know how. Whereas if you see your extremists, they were of the belief that it is India, right? India pe Indians are more than capable enough to take care of ourselves. So they were more dealing with your themes of nationalism, and then they were more specific about self rule, Atma Shakti, those kind of things. Then comes your revolutionaries. Now, this section of people, largely your youth was associated with it. Then again, you can associate to a lot of things: unemployment, seeing the atrocities that was created. They said that you cannot treat harshness with kindness only. The amount of the evil that the British is putting on us in the form of atrocities, in the form of abuse, in the form of torture, in all the fronts, we can only get rid of them by physical force or what they refer to as violence. These people were about patience, most times silence, that even at times it was inactivity. Again, here, neither one of those were the best. Culmination of all three of them was the only one way that nationalism was able to be attained. But your revolutionaries were largely associated with violence. They said you have to remove violence with violence. This is one of the sharp contrasting things that Bhagat Singh and Gandhi had a difference of opinion on. They did not agree on this. Gandhi was on the concept of non-violence. Bhagat Singh was on the theme of violence. Understanding? So on that front, Bhagat Singh was a revolutionary. Now you know what a revolutionary is. One thing how your revolutionaries tried to fight was they would do certain acts. I'll tell you what those acts are also, which will be understanding, which will be of the nature which is not too big to alarm or uproot the entire democracy or whatever the version of governance that your British claimed. At least they claimed it was democracy, but we know it wasn't democracy. So, your Bhagat Singh was of the opinion that by Bhagat Singh, the more of your revolutionaries, we will commit certain acts, get voluntarily arrested, then use the public space, that is courtroom, where they will make speeches to arouse the public opinion. Understanding, many of the revolutionaries themselves were of the belief that, see, until and unless the masses come together and fight, your nationalism or your independence cannot be obtained. They found these kind of acts and getting voluntarily caught in using the public space to make speeches to arouse the people, because at the end even they believe that your masses were the ultimate weapon against your British colonialism. So similar way they used to do a lot of acts. Now we will just have a look at this. In 1926, Bhagat Singh founded Naujan Bharat Sabha or Youth Society of India. One more thing about your Bhagat Singh is he was a voracious reader as well as a writer. He used to write for a lot of columns, newspapers, weeklies, journals. He would try to instigate the youth. He would try to make sure to arouse the nationalism feeling in the masses. Then he became a member of Hindustan Republic Association, which was later called as HSRA, otherwise Hindustan Socialist Republican Association. Constantly, if you would have come across this word, Inkulabad Zindabad, this was popularized by Bhagat Singh. Now, when I said they would do certain acts, so these are the acts that was where your Bhagat Singh was involved with. First was killing of your John Saunders. Just one small recap I'll give you of the history. 1927 was Simon Commission, wherein all seven member white members were appointed to decide the future of India, whether they were ready for more constitutional reforms or not. The last constitutional reforms we had was in 1919. Montagu Chelmsford reforms. The issue that Indians had was with the Simon Commission. So you are going to decide the future of our country without any Indian present in it. So they were against Simon Commission and they wanted to boycott this Simon Commission. So they used this common slogan, go back Simon. In this, Lala Lajpat Rai, a great nationalist, he succumbed Lathi injuries and died while protesting for his anti Simon Commission. The one who ordered it was a peaceful protest. The one who ordered the Lathi charge was this guy, John Saunders. Now, he was also regarded as Sher-e-Punjab. Many a people felt that the death of such great person should not be in the hands of this kind of colonialist. So, in December 1928, aftermath of your Simon Commission, Lala Lajpat Rai succumbing to death, Bhagat Singh alongside Chandrasekhar Azad and your Rajguru, they wanted to avenge the death of Lala Lajpat Rai, so they shot and killed your John Saunders, or this is called as Saunders murder. Understanding? This is one such event. The next is your Central Assembly bombing case. See, one thing is, at that point of time, there was a huge criticism that was going on with regard to your public safety bill, wherein again, that was one of the ways where you can see draconian laws of British. So people were angry against the public safety bill. At that point of time, your HSRA had decided that they will bomb the Central Legislative Assembly, and the people who were to carry out that was Bhagat Singh and Mukteshwar Dutt. But what happened was this bombing that was to take place, it was not meant to hurt anyone. The ideology behind it was simple: to make the deaf hear. Okay, their ideology was not to hurt anyone in the assembly. When we say Central Assembly equivalent to our lower house, but just to make the deaf hear what the people are actually telling. Then the police caught them. Now, the trial is where many people got angry because the trial for Bhagat Singh was not carried on like in an ordinary law manner. Rather, at that point of time, your viceroy was Lord Irwin. This viceroy of India, he set up an ordinance. That is, he passed an ordinance wherein he will set up a special tribunal that will comprise of three high court judges. And one main thing about this special tribunal was the legal remedies were kept to a bare minimum. The legal remedies were kept to very bare minimum. That is, he cannot have any more ways that he can appeal. The only place that he kept was to the privy council. So voluntarily he kept that special tribunal in such a manner that it will not give any room for either delay, or it will not take place like your ordinary course of law. That is, your law was not followed, due process of law was violated, which they used to pride themselves on. To which many nationalist leaders, your legal historians have cited that this is one of the worst ways that they are cloaking the martial law and trying to make it look like a normal law. The judgment was passed, 300 pages, that the trio are now responsible for Saunders' murder and they should be given death penalty. When this was done, people were very angry. So now they decided that acha, somehow we have to save Bhagat Singh. What is the option that we have? This is all happening in the period of time of 1928, 29, 30. Again, one small recap of history I'll give. Nineteen 27, I told Simon Commission. 1928 Nehru report. Nehru report where they said we need immediate dominion status and we will give you time frame of 1 year. Within this 1 year, if you agree, we will take dominion status. If you do not agree within this 1 year, we will ask for Purna Swaraj or complete independence. Then your Lord Viceroy at that point of time, Irwin, he said that fine, dominion status we are under consideration. Then he calls 1930. Again, nothing happens. Dominion status is not given. Nehru report is not endorsed. They set up round table conference. Your Indian National Congress asked, the whole point of setting up roundtable conference should be to give immediate effect to dominion status. Lord Irwin rejected all those, telling no, that is not the reason why we are having roundtable conference. So naturally, INC rejected. No one from INC went to your first roundtable conference. First roundtable conference was boycotted. Next, the aftermath of this, what happened was civil disobedience movement was launched. This is otherwise called as your Dandi March, wherein you break the salt law, your CDM was launched. This is the same period of time that your execution of your Bhagat Singh is also trying to happen in the backside. In this period of time came 1931 or your Gandhi-Irwin Pact, wherein the British realized the importance of INC and wanted to get the INC to the RTC, Roundtable Conference. So they decided, okay, we will make a pact with the INC. That is what is your Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Your INC also agreed that we have a set of demands. If you fulfill those, we will temporarily halt this CDM and we will even come to your second roundtable conference. If you see what were those things that was proposed by your Indian National Congress was release of political prisoners, right to produce salt, return of confiscated property, recognition of Congress as political entity. Your British accepted to few of this with conditions. We will release the political prisoners as a gesture of goodwill as long as they have not committed violence. And we will treat the bureaucrats who have resigned during the civil disobedience movement more leniently. A right to produce salt should be only for domestic consumption. Return of confiscated property only those which are not already sold to the third party. A recognition of Congress as the political entity or only sole representative of India, they did not agree. They said they will be in the mix with all the other parties also. But one main thing was again in this list commutation of death sentence to Bhagat Singh. At least reduce, not death penalty, at least put in life imprisonment, anything. INC has to suspend civil disobedience movement and take part in the second roundtable conference. But one thing was commutation of death sentence was not accepted by the British. Now, if you see, Yashpal, who was a comrade of your Bhagat Singh, look at what he has written. Gandhi considered it moral to put government pressure on people for prohibition, but he considered it immoral to put people's pressure on foreign governments to commute the sentences of Bhagat Singh. So people were very angry over the fact that the whole point of Gandhi-Irwin Pact was negotiations. For example, release of political prisoners, etc. A lot of things are there. Why couldn't you get commutation for Bhagat Singh? This caused huge public outcry also, where people painted their faces black. The people started painting their faces red. They were even hurling slogans at Gandhi, telling that he didn't do enough for commutation of your death sentence of Bhagat Singh. So a lot of things happened like that, but no matter what happened, it didn't budge. The British didn't budge. Then finally, a telegram was received stating that on March 23rd, 1931, Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev Thapar, and Rajguru, the trio, were to be hanged at 7:30 p.m. in the premises of Lahore jail for your Lahore conspiracy case. That is your death of Saunders or Saunders murder. This telegram was received on 18th March itself. Hurriedly, they were trying to do the execution without anyone trying to know. But if you see as a means of punishment, the trio, especially Bhagat Singh, had asked, instead of hanging me, I want to be shot dead. What he has told. But Bhagat Singh was to be executed by hanging. If you see what was the last days of Bhagat Singh like before the execution, he wrote letters to his young brother seeking him to get a good education, take care of his health. He wrote letters to his family, his father, and he wrote an essay as to why I am an atheist. He even goes on to tell that his peers were asking, come pray with me. And when Bhagat Singh told that he's an atheist, they said, let your last days come, then you will know. Wherein Bhagat Singh is seemed telling that I will not pray for such selfish things. And one thing he feels about religion is every religion claims that it is the only one which holds the truth, ultimate truth, because of which he doesn't believe that, he claims. And also, while in prison, also, he went into fast so that there will be better treatment for political prisoners or your prison inmates. This also received huge public attention. Look at the letter that was written by Bhagat Singh while he was in jail. Agree with Bhagat Singh with regarding to violence, but whether I agree with him or not, my heart is full of admiration of the courage and self-sacrifice of a man like Bhagat Singh. On this, Gandhi, Nehru, everyone differed in opinion. If it is, see this, in the trial of Bhagat Singh also, many people have held that the regime's grim determination to evict its political foe from the scene was accompanied by such violations of the norms of justice. They made sure that they will not consider the execution or this case like a normal case. Written a letter which Bhagat Singh considered this is a weakest moment. This should not be done. You should embrace things strongly. That's why we say courage. Bhagat Singh, when you say, you associate with the word of courage. And even your Muhammad Ali Jinnah also spoke where your British were trying to move ordinances. We will try to conduct the case without the accused being present, which even Jinnah didn't support that. The man who goes on hunger strike has a soul. He is moved by that soul and he believes in the justice of his cause. Many a people came to his support. But The criticism again comes back to the end. Could Gandhi have did something, or did Gandhi intentionally not do anything? For example, even on the day of execution, Gandhi wrote a clementine seeking for the viceroy to suspend the execution, but it was rejected. Irrespective of what happened, what not happened, Bhagat Singh is a martyr and a great inspiration for the people even today still continues. We've reached the end of the topic. If you like our content, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button and share it along with your friends. Thank you.